Before the interview, Bong-soon first checked the results of the delinquent teenagers' labor. Each of them was carrying a bag of garbage and knelt down on the spot, saying they were willing to recognize Bong-soon as their big sister. They said that as long as they could learn a little from her, they would take care of all the garbage in this community from now on. Bong-soon didn't know what to do. At that moment, someone happened to come to pick a fight. The boys were about to step forward to show their loyalty, but Bong-soon gave a light kick, and the football was kicked into a shooting star. As agreed, Bong-soon went for the interview. But she didn't expect that the interviewer was Min Hyuk's secretary. It was obvious that they were determined to hire her as a bodyguard, but Bong-soon thought it must be a fraud, so she immediately got up to leave. However, after all, no one would turn down money. Soon she arrived at Min Hyuk's company. But before starting the job, Min Hyuk proposed to test her strength. If she could win an arm wrestling match, she could get 60 million won in advance. Bong-soon readily agreed. She just used a little strength, and the president squatted down in pain. Seeing this, Bong-soon quickly stepped forward to comfort him. Min Hyuk tried to act as if nothing was wrong and stood up, but his hand kept shaking with pain. However, he still wanted to test Bong-soon's strength again, so he called his secretary immediately and asked them to have a rooster fight. Looking at Bong-soon's delicate appearance, the secretary said he couldn't bully a girl.
이분 이기면 내 차 줄게.
Since the boss had said so, he couldn't refuse. Before the match started, Bong-soon suggested that the secretary put on a safety helmet to avoid any accidents, so Min Hyuk ordered takeout and bought the delivery boy's helmet by the way. Before the noodles got lumpy, the two quickly started the match. Bong-soon just gently hit him with her leg, and the next second the secretary flew into the wall. Fortunately, he survived, but he was seriously injured with a severe fracture of his coccyx. Luckily, he wore a helmet, so his head wasn't hurt. Looking at the huge hole in the wall, Bong-soon didn't know what to do for a moment. Min Hyuk said that since his secretary was going to take a long vacation, Bong-soon would have to take on the secretary's work as well. Of course, her salary wouldn't be reduced.